Hello, and welcome to the rigging tutorial for the VTX A12. To begin the suspension process, remove the vertical transporter top cap from the first stack of cabinets and set it out of the way. Unzip both sides of the soft cover and fold the front flaps backwards onto the top of the cabinet stack. Slide the cover off the back of the cabinets and place it on the ground. Fold the sides of the cover inward, then fold the cover into thirds. Place the cover out of the way. Set the angles for the first stack of cabinets. This is done by simply moving the angle selection pins on both sides of the cabinet from their storage position into the hole marked with the desired inter-enclosure angle. All mechanical configuration data for an array, including inter-enclosure angles, array frame settings, shackle positions, and focus, is defined in our Venue Synthesis software. Here, system technicians define a venue's geometry in 3D, add speaker sources, then configure and refine the acoustic coverage. Mechanical settings for each array can then be exported to the ArrayLink mobile app using a simple QR code. Within the Organized Project folder, operators can quickly locate settings for each array in the venue. There are two versions of the VTX A12 array frame, the original version and the Mark II version that was released with the B35 subwoofer. The frames look very similar, but can be identified from the label or side profile. The original A12 frame is asymmetrical front to back, with rear connection points that extend below the front. It sits on the ground at an angle. The updated A12 Mark II frame is symmetrical front to back, with identical front and rear connection points, and sits flat on the ground. When attaching the frame to the first A12 cabinet, it's important that the cabinet's angle be set to match the frame being used. For the original A12 frame, leave the top cabinet's angle selection pin in the storage position. If using the Mark II frame, set the top cabinet's angle pin to 4 degrees, then pull up the rear connection points to deploy them. Next, grab the array frame and set it on the connection points. At each corner of the frame, remove the quick-release pins from their storage position and pin the frame to the A12 connection points from the inside. Grab the extension bar and set it onto its attachment points on the top of the array frame. To increase the resolution of single-point shackle attachment options, the extension bar can slide forward and back along the mounting tabs. Align the correct A, B, or C hole with the frame's attachment points and lock it in place by inserting the large quick-release pins through the hole. The correct hole and the shackle position are defined and displayed in Venue Synthesis and shown on the Frame tab of the ArrayLink app. Set the shackle position and connect the hoist. Then begin lifting the array. As the array goes up, the angles of each cabinet will expand and automatically lock into place. Stop lifting once the wheels of the vertical transport cart are floating just above the ground. To remove the vertical transport cart, disconnect the two front pins and allow the front wheels to contact the ground. Then grab the rear handle, disconnect the rear pins, and set the cart aside. While the first section of the array is being lifted, roll the next stack of cabinets into position. Set the cabinet angles, then preset the rigging by pulling up the top cabinet's rigging tabs and lifting the top cabinet from its rear handles. This step helps reduce the angle between the two sections of an array being joined, making them easier and safer to connect. Have a technician on either side of the array grab the lowest handle on the flown array and a comfortable handle on the ground stack. Position the ground stack so the front connection points are slightly in front of the suspended array. Land the array on these points so the weight above is supported by the ground stack. Then pin the front connection points. Continue lowering the flown array until the rear points come into contact and secure them with the rear quick-release pins. Lift the full array and remove the vertical transport cart. To safely connect the more curved portion at the bottom of the array, a two-step process is used. Set the cabinet angles of the next stack. Preload the rigging and connect the front points to the suspended array as before. This time, lift and suspend the stack on the ground by its front points. With a partner, grab the handlebar at the rear of the vertical transport cart and pull backwards as the array is lowered to land the array on the front wheels of the cart. A gentle nudge to one side as the array lands will eliminate the clunk as the wheels rotate into place. Continue to lower the array to bring the rear points into contact, then pin them together. Lift the entire array and remove the vertical transporter. One last visual safety check of all the quick rigging pins and the completed array is ready to go to trim. If a pullback is being used to add down tilt to the array, it can be connected now. To do so, grab a VTX A12 suspension bar, then deploy both connection tabs by removing the side pin, folding the tab downward, and reinserting the pin. Attach the suspension bar to the two rear quick release pins on the lowest cabinet in the array. Connect the rear hoist and lift the array to achieve the desired down tilt. After the array is suspended, the carts and covers can be stored together. Place the folded cover onto the vertical transport cart. Then pin the top cap to the cart bottom with the cover at the center. Completed vertical transport stacks can be stored on top of one another by guiding the cart's wheels in the slots on the top cap. For more details on this and other configuration options for A12 systems, refer to the rigging manual and user guides for each product. Thank you for watching.